Thank you, Chair, and appreciate the flexibility. A proclamation of the Pierce County Council and Executive designating January 2026 as Whole Child Month in Pierce County. Whereas every child has the right to attend schools, play and learn in parks, and live in communities that are safe, inclusive, anti-racist, welcoming, respectful, and free from all forms of abuse, physical, emotional, and sexual, hazing, violence, and neglect. And whereas organizations and community leaders make every effort to accommodate children's interests to participate, play with peers from diverse backgrounds, and promote the values of sportsmanship, including respect for competitors, officials, and fans. And whereas every child deserves to be challenged through academics, athletics, arts, and activities, experience a comprehensive education through the community that promotes critical thinking and creativity, and be prepared for higher education, post-secondary training, meaningful employment in our global economy, and lifelong success. And whereas every child has the right to be supported with compassion and kindness by educators, coaches, and community partners who are qualified, caring adults, engage in personalized learning opportunities, and support whole child development as critical thinkers who contribute to our global and natural world. And whereas every child has the right to learn about and practice a healthy lifestyle in an environment that is physically and emotionally safe, be empowered to advocate for the social, physical, and mental wellness of themselves and others, access resources for healthy well-being, and be hopeful about the future. And whereas in 2023, the State of Play Tacoma Pierce County report published that only 19% of our youth participated in 60 minutes of daily physical activity as recommended by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which motivated leaders across the county to invest and mobilize programs for youth. And it has become an area of focus for many Pierce County school districts. And whereas every child has the right to opportunities to discover their passions, be curious, love learning, be actively engaged and connected to schools and the broader community, students have the right to participate in activities they consider fun and which foster the development of friendship and social bonds. And whereas Pierce County, in collaboration with nonprofits, school districts, park districts, and businesses, have created the Child Youth Centered Community, CYC, with the goal of making Pierce County the best place to grow up. And whereas every child has the right to a community that actively supports the whole child by dedicating resources and investments which empower children to thrive. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed on this 13th day of January 2026 by the Pierce County Council and Executive that we hereby designate January 2026 as Whole Child Month in Pierce County, Washington. Community members with or without children are encouraged to support youth by volunteering, mentoring, and contributing to organizations that improve children's lives in Pierce County, Washington.
Thank you, Councilmember Ayala. Let's give them a hand. So thank you both for being here. Laura, if you'd like to start, and then we'll go to Tanya.
Okay. Thank you, council members, very much. What we've just declared isn't simply a month on a calendar, it's a promise. It's a promise that every child in our community is worth fighting for. They're worth believing in, and they're worth showing up for every single day. And look, when we choose to see the greatness in our kids, we choose to lift them up. We're not just shaping their future, we're shaping ours. And that's a work, that's a mission, and that's the magic. So let's all walk out of here together with a little more courage in our stride and a little hope in our hearts, because maybe, just maybe, a little more faith in one another, because if we stay united, we stay relentless, and we stay kind, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that our children won't be able to achieve. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was lovely. I think it's amazing that we're kicking off 2026 by acknowledging our children. And as you said, why stop? Let's continue that. Whole child is an interesting concept and a phrase that, really does come out of the early learning community. It honors that children, we think about 3 dimensions of their development: the social emotional development, which I personally think is the most important, their physical development, and their cognitive development. It's really honoring that sort of holistic view of the child and respecting them. And if any place I visited has all the ingredients, that if we just sort of crocheted them together, it really would be, Pierce County really, truly, I believe, will be the best place for childhood. And I appreciate and honor that Pierce County has made that a priority and have the honor of serving on the Birth to 25 Advisory Board. Also have made some targeted investments in trying some new things, doubling down on some best practices to make sure that we really are coming together to set up the framework that Tacoma Public Schools has done work, Green Trike's done work, Boys and Girls Club. We all are coming together to say, let's put our frameworks together and let's nest it in the county to make sure that our leaders are really thinking about it in a holistic way. So thank you for honoring our children and our young families with this proclamation. And I know that on behalf of my colleague, we will take this baton and run with it until we get to the finish line. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to look to my colleagues to see if they have comments. Councilmember Isle, I would like to start with you if you do, not to put you on the spot, but I did.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I first and foremost always say that part of the reason I like to advocate for young people is that they are constituents of ours that are unable to vote yet. And we really, really need to keep that voice front and center because they may not have that legal platform to do so, but helping foster those skill sets of the importance of community and civic engagement and participation and kindness and everything else that is the whole child is what will make our future a million times better. And I really hope that for every single adult out there, that when they think of their tenure and whether it's their career or whatever space they hold, that they are shaping those that will follow them. And so we need to really bring folks along. And I'm excited that we have organizations like Green Trike and our school districts that participate in this work and would love to see this across the country. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Additional comments? Councilmember Krueger.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to say I was kind of captive by your mission and how you worded all of that. It was very encouraging. And our children are our future, and making sure that they are within an atmosphere that they can make good choices, and when they make the bad ones, that they learn from that. And I just really appreciated the way that you had worded that and the importance of the parent having opportunities to find ways to handle the meltdowns. Recently, I've been watching these videos, and they're quite enlightening. I kind of wish I had watched them, 30 years ago. But I have, 2 little granddaughters and try to, exercise those things so that they are validated in understanding that they have to be self-governing and learning to be able to do that. And I appreciate the work that you do for that. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Well, I will conclude with gratitude to both of you for your leadership and partnerships with the county and the work that we've done, especially around some of our out-of-school learning opportunities, some of the work we did early learning, the way you stepped up kind of post-COVID, during COVID, to really figure out how do we support young people, because they are our future, but they're also our right now. And right now we need to be, how do we support them, show them kindness, and let them thrive? And when we talk about addressing all their needs like this, not just their physical needs, but their mental health, physical health, behavioral health, social, emotional, all the things, the whole child, we end up with a whole person that comes to adulthood ready to go and to do 2 good things in Pierce County, which I think is the end goal that everybody has for their children. So thank you for helping us do that.